89-inch pins. Alrighty. Let's see if we can get this off. Alright, this is going to be messy. It's going to be messy. So I'm going to take this hose and just plug it back on there. And then I'm going to go wash my hands off. Nice thing about wearing gloves, you go wash them off. Oil, grease, whatever. A little dish soap washes right off. Your hands, it's stuck on there for days. I'm going to put the clip on here as well. That way it can't pop off. And I just washed my hands, so I'm going to use a paper towel to pick this up. And I'm going to come here behind you guys. And I'm just going to wrap this up. There's a little notch in the mat over there. This little foam keeps the junk from getting down in here and makes a nice little seal. Yeah, that thing fits perfect right there. So I doubt that's going to hurt anything. It's just rubber hose. So that's out of the way. So this clip, gently pull up on the plastic retainer. Push down, wiggle, and pull out. And then it looks like we need to take this guy off as well. This one does not have any clip on it, and if it was supposed to, it doesn't now. We need to remember, put that back on. Be careful with them. This thing, look how flimsy they are. I'm going to say that the harness is clipped onto this in 2 spots. But let's just take it out. It has one of those clips that you slide. Let me go get a tool so I don't break it. It just has one of those body panel type clips that should be able to reuse. You know, the ones that you can never go to the store and find a matching one. Man, this thing, not only does it have that, it has another clip right next to it right here. I don't want to pry there and break anything. What a pain, guys. What a pain. I gotta get a flashlight because I can't see anything under here. Uh-oh. You guys can't see what I'm doing. Let's see if this is steel. It is. Ooh. I'll tell my wife. Then I scratched her car. Oops. Oh, don't tell her. I'm not really sure how that goes in there. This one spins, but I'm afraid I'll break it. Oh. Guys, they don't make this easy. I have no idea how to get that out. This one spins and then snaps out. I can see how this one comes out, but I don't know if I can squeeze it. All right, let me go double check the manual. All right, well, manual doesn't show much, but I think it looks to me like if we take this out, we can rotate it, and that'll allow us to pop this guy off. So let's work on popping these parts off. I have to get a stronger tool. This tool is too flimsy. All right, I have a metal one. Give that a try. Okay. So that's just your typical push-in connector with the little plastic teeth on it. That's actually a screw hole right there. And of course this one is connected down here too. I swear, guys. These are probably sacrificial, but I don't have a replacement, so I'm going to try it out without breaking it. But first, there's a tube on the back we have to take out. So it looks just like a vacuum hose. Gently pry that. Uh-oh. My glove's stuck in the clamp. Okay, so that's out. Let's see if I can get this out without breaking anything. Again, it's just another one of those connectors that you stick on in there, and it has teeth on it. That one may be broken, but whew, guys, it's hard to do this when you're tall. There's that. Well, that was actually the plastic cover. I thought it was taped on, but that's actually this little rubber noise insulator. Actually, you know what? I do have some of these zip tie type connectors now that I think about it, because I don't know that we're going to get this back one. I might have to get after we unscrew it. So let me see what size bolt that is. What do you think? 14, 15 millimeter? 14 millimeter? 13 millimeter. I was way off. Well, just a little off. Feels a little looser than 13 millimeter, but there's no way 12 millimeters is going to fit. I'm going to pinch my fingers doing that. All right. I don't know if there's a reverse order to these, but I'm sure there's a tightening order. So make sure you follow the order. We'll go over that when I do it. Did I not unloosen that one already? No, I did not. Well, we did not. Unloosen? That would be the opposite of loosen, right? Just loosen it. Now, here's going to be a gasket for the intake. I don't have that gasket. We're going to reuse the old one, but you should replace the old one every time you do something like this. Some cars have reusable ones, but this one has almost 100,000 miles on it. Might as well replace it while it's off, but like I said, I don't have one. And unless it's damaged or gets damaged, we are not going to put one back in. That's new. I'm just checking to make sure these are all the same length. So far, they're all the same length. Well, it looks like that was everything. They don't want you to be able to get this one out. I do it with my light. They don't want you to take this one out, that's for sure. I don't have any way to get. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. We got it. Okay. I think that was the only thing holding us up. I'm not hitting on it. There's another hose, guys. Hold on. They do not want you to get this thing off. Whew. Still feel like I'm caught on something. Holy shnikes. So there's a valve back here, type of vent valve, it looks like. And there's a wire attached to it that is turned so I can't see how the clip works. Feels like it has a safety on it. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if we can just take the bolt out of it. So if we can take the bolt out, this will be a lot easier. I'm just dripping sweat. It's not even that hot out here. Whose idea was it to do this? Whose idea was it to take this thing apart? Alright, that's off. I'll show you what it was in a second. So we're going to turn this, pop that out, and there's our intake. What that was giving me trouble is this solenoid, this vent valve of some type. Okay, so you just push on the clip. It's a metal clip, which I have never seen something like that before. But it's a metal clip, and it's just a Bosch vent valve of some type for the evap system, probably. But we'll put that back on and screw it back in before we install it. So anyhow, there's all that. I'm going to get the vacuum and I'm going to suck all that dust up so it doesn't drop in. And then we'll put some rags in the holes. Don't forget to take the rags out before you put everything back together. I've heard of that happening. There was like some dust, mud dauber looking mud down in there. So there's our gasket. I don't see any issues with it, and it actually, the rings are nice and plump still, so it's not like it's flattened. They're still rubbery, so you can see they still have give to them. So I'm going to reuse this. So I wasn't paying attention to which way I took that off, but it does look like it is the same either direction. So anyway, we'll figure it out. Alrighty. I'm gently cleaning those. Around the edge, there's just a bunch of dust stuck in and next to the corners and things. So I'm trying to pull it away from the hole as I do it. And then I'm folding the paper over and getting a fresh area on it so dust doesn't fall in. So I'm going to go get some rags. Actually, I'll probably just drape a rag over that. Now, these are just rags I use when I polish the car. You can't really use them again. So I'm just going to thicken them up here so if something does fall on them, it won't fall in the hole. And I'm just going to set that right there like that. I'm curious how this hose comes on. All right, I don't know how to get it off. I don't want to break it. So I'm just gonna kind of work in between it. Like so. There's a bunch of dust down in here on brush out of the way. A little handy. Oops, sorry guys. That ought to do it. Guys, I didn't think this was going to be so much work. Plenty of room now, plenty of room. So I'm going to take this plastic and gently pry back on the clip until it pops a little bit. There's also a little bit of room to pry back on the corners here. Actually seems to be better to pry back here. I think it's probably less likely to break the clip if you pry in the back on both sides evenly. Yeah, so that came off pretty good. This cable's on here tight. Hopefully I can pull it back now. There we go. Here's number one. Number two. And I'm not going by cylinder. I'm just going by how many I've done. I could not push on that with my finger. All right. Dripping sweat down on my glasses. A little bit closer there. I don't know if the light's gonna do much. That works. Try to keep my arms out of the way. Ooh. No! Okay, it fell all the way to the ground. There's a pan under there. I was afraid it was going to fall in the pan. That's why we also cover those. Because I am known for dropping things. I hope you guys can see okay. My fat arm's in the way. One. And the next one. Nice thing about this, you got a little rubber tip. You can just bend it down. Bend it. Can you see that? I'll just bend it down right into the hole. Oh, the fun part. This extension is not going to work. It's too big. So I might have to do two shorter ones. All right, so I've got that one. I think that one's still too long. I've got two. I think that's going to work. Perfect. Perfect. Uh-oh, don't you go under there. Thank you. look too bad. That one's got a little oil on it too. I don't know if that's normal for these engines or what. Here's the next one. They all look the same so far. Except for those first two, like so those were dry. They all look the same. My wife's a speed demon. She probably slams on that gas. Pushes oil up into the cylinders. Down into the cylinders. Okay, well, I think those all look okay. Let me go get 3 more spark plugs. One thing I don't like about the way these are packaged is they don't have the cardboard ring, the tube around them to protect the tips. So if they get dropped, they could bend them. And it says don't attempt to straighten them out or touch them, bend them in any way. They're got from the factory, but I've had them arrive bent because they got dropped somewhere. I just had to take them back because I wasn't going to mess with bending them back myself. There's that one. Here's the next one. And there's the last one. And I've been checking to make sure there's no cracks. So far, they've all been good. Which means they're all good because this is the last one. Okay. Get the torque wrench. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 foot-pounds of torque. These ones don't have crush washers, so you only have to turn them once. Hit the torque and stop. It's just crazy how little torque that is. And I think a part of it's because you got a big long handle. I have sweat running down my arms from my gloves. Nice. I forgot to check these, make sure they all look good. Get the dust off of them. That looks good. Don't forget to clip them back on. I haven't done the front ones yet. Don't forget to clip them back on. You could probably get them without taking the intake off again, but they're going to be a pain. Don't let me forget to torque that. Here's the hose that hooked in the back. Power connector. And this you just push up. These are really nice. You just push up like that. Slide it right out. Just like the one that was up here on this. right. 89 inch-pounds, is that what it was? Tell you what, before we do that, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Luckily, it was sticking straight up right there. Otherwise, we'd be grabbing the mirror and the magnet, all that good stuff, trying to get it out. Okay, that's good. So this right here broke. That thing broke off. I mean, these broke off both sides. This one, all the little things broke off except for on one side. Same with that. I think we're okay. I'm going to reuse them. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. This one really doesn't do much anyway. I may have, actually I do have some of those. I don't know if they're the right size. So I'm going to leave them like they are. If you really want to replace them, you can replace them. But none of those are really critical. All right. Let me get all this stuff out of the way. It's amazing how much junk you build up here. You end up building a bunch of junk up here. So I'm going to get all that out of the way. Just get it out of the way.